Seventh graders, hello. It's Monday, May 10th. Please grab your language arts notebooks, grab a pencil. Let's get started with the happy news. We only have 18 days of school left. We can officially start our countdown to summer break, my friends. 18 more days. We can do it. Let's start with this welcoming activity. Okay, today your adjective is smooth. So we've got some pretty solid choices today. We've got a naked mole rat, soft serve ice cream. We've got Michael. We've got this freshly mowed lawn, and we've got Drake. So when you're ready, go ahead and yell out your choice. I'm going with Drake. This week, our calendar. This is the week we all knew was coming, and it's going to be a challenging week, but we're going to make it through. Okay, so today we're going to finish up those closing arguments. Remember, we've spent some time researching and kind of generating our arguments about that topic of standardized testing. And so today is our final day to polish those arguments, to get everything we want in there before we turn it in. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, period 1 and 2, we're taking our ISASP test. So just remember, your teachers will definitely tell you more about this, but just remember, virtual students on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, virtual students, you do not need to log in to your first or second period classes, okay? We will be proctoring tests at that time, and so there will not be class, just those 3 days, first and second period, just for virtual students. Of course, I know some of you are coming to Callahan to take those assessments, but if you're not, you'll be taking those at a later time, and you don't need to come to class until period 3, just for those 3 days, okay? So please message me if you have any questions, or go ask Mr. Imes, go talk to another teacher since I'm not there today. Whatever you need to do to kind of get your schedule set, make sure you understand everything that's happening this week. But this is what our calendar looks like, okay? So today, closing arguments. I think we just need one final day to check in, to just kind of go through our checklist, make sure we have everything we need in those arguments before you turn them in. Okay, so if right now you want to open up those arguments, it's a Teams assignment called Closing Argument Document. If you want to have that open in front of you as I go through some of this material, that's fine. Or if you just want to listen and jot down notes and look at your own argument later, that's fine too. So to start us off, I put together a checklist. These are the things that you need to be sure your argument has, okay? And so real quick, the first thing, of course, is a claim, right? The question, should students try their best on standardized assessments? You need a claim, right? You need to tell me what you're arguing. So that's the first thing that you should have finished last week. Next are your 3 topic sentences, your 3 reasons that tell me why that supports your claim. These should be just really sort of brief overviews of the reason. They should not be filled with evidence. They should just be 3 topic sentences, because after that is where you lay out all your evidence to explain each reason. So that's when you give me the variety of support that you've thought through, your own logical reasons, facts you found when you did research, maybe some pathos where you try to appeal to the reader's feelings, ethos. You've got a whole bunch of credible sources available when your teachers provided, as paralegals, of course, provided you with that lawyer research. So you have lots of ethos at your fingertips. And all of these things are working together to create evidence. Now, I also want to point out that your evidence needs to come in the form of a full paragraph, not a couple sentences, a full paragraph. I've seen a couple different students who just provided 1 or 2 sentences, and I just want to be sure we're all on the same page and we know that we're writing quite a bit more than that as evidence for each of your 3 reasons. All right, complete sentences. And of course, no first person, no second person. So we're not going to do I, me, my, you, your. We're going to talk about students, the school district, the testing companies. We're not going to use first person or second person. We're trying to write really formally. That's our goal. Okay? So today you're going to have some time during while you're working to kind of go through this checklist and make sure you have everything that you need. So I'll pause if you want to take a screenshot or grab your phone and take a picture of this, just so you know exactly what we expect from you. Okay? So next, you might be wondering, how am I going to get graded on this? And so I'm going to share the chunks of the rubric with you today that cover each of the 3 areas that your closing argument will be assessed over. So, oh, hi, Kitty. My kitty's here to talk to you guys. You're going to get a score for your claim. You're going to get a score for your reasons, your 3 topic sentences, and then you're going to get a score for your evidence, the explanations and the appeals that support each reason. So Ms. Rumfer and I created a rubric, and I'm going to show you the different chunks of that rubric right now. So again, if you want to pause this video and write down any notes while I'm talking, if you want to screenshot it, if you want to take a picture with your phone, all of those things are good strategies so you know exactly what you need to do to get the score that you want. So first skill, I can write a clear claim. So remember, in order to be a strong claim, we've talked about this several times as we evaluated argument, the claim should be clear, specific, and debatable. And I don't anticipate anyone having a problem with that because I know we've talked about this. And so if you're ready to test your skills a little bit and you want to strive for a 4, the way to do that is to make sure your claim is original and written using sophisticated language. So maybe you have a claim right now that just says students should try their best on standardized assessments. That claim's totally fine. There is nothing wrong with that claim. But if you wanted to try to make that claim a little more original, maybe add some details to it, maybe use your own language instead of repeating the language of the question, all those things are going to move you toward a 4. Okay? So that's skill number 1. Hi, Kitty. Skill number 2 is the topic sentences. So I can craft 3 strong topic sentences, 3 strong reasons. All right. So like the claim, the topic sentences are clear and specific. And of course, they relate directly to the claim. So everything fits together. I want to point out just a few things down here from the 2 or the 1. Make sure your evidence is not being included in the topic sentences. So double check that you don't have the word because in your topic sentences. Maybe that would be part of your evidence. Make sure that your topic sentences match your claim, that they're not incomplete. So just make sure all the pieces fit together, that these topic sentences match what you're trying to argue with your claim. Again, screenshot this if you want it. All right, and then finally, I can support my claim and reasons with a variety of evidence, explanations, and appeals. Okay, the support, the paragraphs that you're writing to share your claim, to share with me all the thinking that you've done about this topic. So the 3 on this, each paragraph of support fully explains the topic sentence. So there's some keywords in here. Remember, it's a paragraph and it fully explains the topic sentence. It fills me in on what you're thinking. It expounds on the topic sentence. And then in general, you're using multiple appeals and or factual research. So you've tried your hand maybe at pathos. You've definitely used some logic, some facts. Maybe there's some ethos thrown in there. To get a 4, all 3 types of appeals have to be found in your argument. And then down here for a 2, maybe your support does not thoroughly explain the reason. Maybe you tried your hand at some pathos, logos, or ethos, and it just wasn't successful. and there's some revising or editing needed. Maybe it doesn't make sense. Maybe it's hard to read because there's a lot of mistakes. Maybe you use the word you or I. Okay, so there's some of those errors in there. And then for a 1, the support is incomplete or unclear. The support is not in the writer's own words, and the support needs significant editing or revising. So these first 2 are some common mistakes 7th graders sometimes make when they don't take their time. So incomplete or unclear support might be if you just have a couple sentences, and then not in your own words. That, my friends, is when you copy and paste, just right from the internet, okay? So put it in your own words or cite your sources, according to. Those are some different things you can do to make sure you're not plagiarizing, stealing other people's ideas. Okay, so let's just look at some samples here. This is the claim that I wrote about school lunch. Remember, I didn't mean to confuse you with this. Your argument is still about standardized testing. This is just the sample, okay? So my reason for this, my reason to support the idea that school lunch should be eaten each day, is that food provides the energy students need to get through the day. That's my topic sentence. Here's my evidence. Without food, you'll be too crabby to do your work. I mean, this is definitely true. We've probably all been hangry before. I'm going to eat some Thai food after I finish this video, so I definitely agree with this evidence. Without food, you'll be too crabby to do your work, so you should eat lunch. Okay. What score do you think this evidence would earn? Do we need to go back maybe to the rubric real quick? Looking this over, I've got my idea. If you'd like to shout at your computer screen right now, I mean, really shout as loud as you want. Mr. Imes won't care. He might care, but it's all right. You have my permission. Go ahead and yell your score. I'm giving that a 1. That's 1 sentence of support. Without food, you'll be too crabby to do your work. That is not enough support, my friends. Where's the research? Where's the pathos? Where's the logical thinking? Okay, so that's what a 1 looks like. So just make sure that your evidence doesn't look like this. Okay, and then this is the evidence that I shared with you the other day. So this might look familiar. I'm not going to read this whole thing out loud to you again. You can pause the video if you'd like to read the paragraph. Okay, but this is a 3, okay? This is the one we looked at that had logos and ethos and pathos and some facts from a reliable source and relates directly to the topic sentence, okay? So that's a solid paragraph. That is what I'm looking for from you. So today, there is a very easy expectation, and that is that you would finish writing your closing argument. So that document is in Teams assignment. Just complete anything that has not yet been written, all right? So you know exactly where you're at, you know what you need to do. The only other piece of advice that I would give you is that I highly discourage random Google searches on this topic. Okay, this is a very polarizing topic. People have very different points of view about this, as you've probably learned in the last couple of weeks. And so a random Google search is pretty likely to turn up just some random person's opinion on this, not necessarily a source that is credible, reliable, trustworthy. And so instead, if you're looking for facts, if you're looking to provide some ethos for your argument, open up the Teams assignment called Lawyer Research and use that huge list of sources that your teachers helpfully compiled for you. Okay, there's multiple different sources that you could use instead of wasting your time Googling, okay? After you're done writing, double check your work, use that checklist, think about the rubric, and then submit it to me by the end of the day today. That is the official due date for your closing argument, end of the day, okay? Message me. I'm at home, but I will still check my messages throughout the day. And so if you have questions, feel free to message me. Ask Mr. Imes. He is very helpful. So be sweet, or no, you don't have to be sweet. Be nice. Be quiet. How about that one? Be quiet, do your work. I will see you tomorrow.